If you're looking for natural ways to boost your testosterone levels, well my friends, you have found the right video. This week's video, we're going to talk about what actually works and what doesn't work. So what are we waiting for? Let's begin. Okay, so let's begin with tip number 1. Optimize your vitamin D levels. This one's a big one when it comes to natural testosterone because believe it or not, testicles actually have vitamin D receptors. So if your vitamin D levels are low, it's going to affect how much testosterone you can actually produce. Now vitamin D also regulates the release of serotonin, so it's also going to affect your mood and energy levels. Remember, less light means less vitamin D, so make sure if you're an adult you're optimizing with 1,000 units of vitamin D once a day. And please do remember, vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin, so take it with foods that's going to help its absorption. Okay, moving on to tip number 2, exercise the right amount. Look, exercise causes the body to increase its testosterone production, but make sure you're not over-exercising as it can have the opposite effect. So if you're thinking to yourself, well what exercises are best for testosterone levels? We're talking resistance training. Studies have shown resistance training is the best sort of exercise to boost those testosterone levels. In terms of what doesn't boost it as much and actually can lower testosterone, we're talking endurance training stuff like marathons, triathlons, stuff like that can potentially have a negative effect on natural testosterone levels. Moving on to tip number 3. Studies have shown that zinc and magnesium can help boost your natural levels of testosterone. I wouldn't recommend supplementing with these as you can get these through a healthy balanced diet quite easily. Now generally speaking, magnesium rich foods include nuts, seeds, green leafy vegetables. Zinc rich foods on the other hand include seafood, red meat, poultry. If you are vegetarian, zinc can also be found in nuts, seeds and cereals. Moving on to tip number 4, get your 8 hours of sleep. This one's a big one. Remember, just getting 1 week of sleep deprivation can actually reduce your natural testosterone production by as much as aging 10 years. So here's what you need to do. Make sure you're getting 8 hours of sleep. Make sure you're sleeping at regular times. Make sure you're getting good quality sleep. And if you want more information on how to get good quality sleep and all of this, I have plenty of videos on it, which I'm going to leave a link to up here and in the description below. Now let's move on to the next tip. Moving on to tip number 5. Cold showers do absolutely nothing for testosterone. Look, if you love cold showers, fair enough, continue having them. But if you're like me and you hate cold showers, there's nothing in the studies, in research, that cold showers can actually help improve testosterone levels. So if you don't like them, give them a miss. Okay, now let's move on to tip number 6. Stress and reduce testosterone levels. Look, we know that if you have a stressful life, you're gonna have more cortisol. More cortisol results in lower testosterone levels. So I really want you to think to yourself, how stressful is your life? How stressful is work? How stressful is your day-to-day activities? So really think about it. And now that you've thought about it, if you do think you are someone that has a very stressful life, the good news is I do have quite a few videos on stress relieving techniques and things that you can do that are gonna help reduce your stress levels, hopefully reduce your cortisol levels, which will in turn increase those testosterone levels. Moving on to tip number 7. If you are drinking too much alcohol, well this isn't alcohol, it's water, but if you're regularly drinking more than 14 units per week or you're binge drinking regularly, this can affect your testosterone levels. Too much alcohol can affect the testes, it can affect sperm production, and it can lower your natural testosterone levels. And if it continues, it can actually lead to infertility as well. Now I know it can be difficult to find out how many units of alcohol you may be having per week, so in the description below I'm going to leave a really good NHS calculator link where you can calculate exactly how many units you're having per week with the types of drinks that you're having. So I really do hope that you found this information helpful. Please remember, if for any reason you think you might have low testosterone levels, you should always speak to your healthcare professional. I will leave more information in the description below as well in terms of when you should also seek medical attention for anything that we spoke about in this video. As I always say, always remember you're awesome, and I will see you next week.